1. They can hear me now. Hello, stream. Welcome. Welcome. Vixen, thank you for the resub. Wow, it's just so incredible. All right, chat. We got to start here right away because if you remember last time,
Hello.
yeah, we were fighting a man, a myth, a rock face. A rock face, huh? It's like climbing.
Dorbsable, what are you talking about?
It was very adorable.
Yeah, I've tried not to look at, because sometimes the Alberodia things have names. I'm like, I'm not gonna look at it.
I think it does, actually, doesn't it?
So, last time we went into the mines, and I became the Unrizzler when we decided to talk to some people, and Grit. And Grit and me are very fucking awkward now. That was basically the first bit. And Hetty went on an adventure down some side paths. And it turns out it's a mine. There's not much going on. Oh, I see measurements happening.
That's right, I'm busy clicking on everything as well, just adding people to initiatives and whatnot. So just keep going. Be good.
I'm trying.
Yep.
And basically, after taking a big, deep elevator into a deep, dark hole, we then kind of talked to Grit and explained ourselves and said, like, hey, we don't know about this Feruz guy. We don't know about this Marat man. And he said, me neither. I was going to shank you. And we're like, ha, ha, ha. You don't need to do that. Let's go find the real man. And he said, thank you, Cassidy. Thank you for the look. He said that sounded like a great idea. He also told us a little bit more about the golden egg, or the golden-eyed person, who they called Jewel. That was their name. We also tried to ask Grit if he knew anything about Feruz Marat's gift, which he says no. Weirdly, I know nothing about his gift. We went through the collapsed tunnel, which he had already found a path through and had made a trap on the other side for us, which he did not spring because he thinks we're cool now. Thanks to a certain cat man. I don't know what the
He
trap
never told
was.
you.
Yeah. So it might still be there, to be honest. And then as we went through a fog of like essentially sulfury mist, we got bouldered on. Am I wrong? Did I miss anything? We got boulder dashed, you know?
We did get boulder dash.
I did put on here fish in the fog hissing.
Oh, yes.
The fish.
That's right.
Because we are dorks.
Because we are dorks.
That was my notes. Fish in the fog hissing.
Oh, God. Gummy, as usual, you're in charge of sound mixing. In case I need to change anything, tell me.
Yes. Grit never told you what the trap was. He did seem a little bit surprised at the fact that the path you guys followed, it looked like the chamber it went into had collapsed in on itself, had actually collapsed down, and then the roof had collapsed on it. It's entirely possible that whatever he'd set up for you guys might have been that way, and because this seems like a situation he's not particularly familiar with, the way you've gone now, which was the only other way to go. But yeah, you guys made your way through this mist which obscures your vision. You have been warned as probably toxic and probably flammable. You guys have got cloths wrapped around your mouths,
I
soaked
swear
in
you've
some
done
of the
that
water from
just
the
to
water
annoy
skins.
me.
And we have a Nofrit sitting on top of a Sekhet, acting like a wind turret to try and form a little bubble of air, with Frey standing at front because she is your current light in this area.
Oh, God.
So that Sekhet can see. But yes, you guys heard the rumbling, and from out of this sort of orangish amber fog, it puffed outwards as a boulder came and slammed into the side of Frey, almost knocking her over. Her sturdy gnomish frame, however, resisted such attempt, and it kind of, as it careened off, then sort of almost unfurled Transformer style into a little medium-sized rock man who just lets out this guttural growl, which sounds like two rocks being scraped together. And with that, I'm gonna roll for some initiative, guys.
Guys, I have a theory though. I think it's the mayor, right? Because they're all stone shifters. No, I'm joking. I don't think so.
6.
Oh, that is not good.
Is that a
Frey.
total? Your total?
Yep.
17.
6 more foot.
I got 17 too. What's
Oh,
your dex?
sisters. My dex is +2.
Mine too.
Literally, we can just do
What's
same
your
round.
actual dexterity score?
14.
14.
Okay, cool. We'll just run you as you guys can do whatever then.
I mean, technically she is on my back, so you know, we are one.
If she throws me off first. We just, every round, we paper, scissors, rock. Alexei, hi! Welcome to the stream. Hi, Star Stream.
Alright.
Should I put our initiatives on screen? We've not done that before.
You can if you want. I'm just using the setting up the initiative on the sidebar now.
Oh, on the albeit. Ah! I went
Yep.
back a step too far. No,
Jesus
Fred Poopy is
Christ,
re-signed
okay.
in.
Owlbear keeps popping me out.
Hakasan. Do I have to sign in? I don't think I have to sign
So
in.
sad. I rolled a 5.
Oh, initiative.
Oh.
Oh no.
I know. So my initiative's only 16.
16, yeah.
A gala.
Look,
Yeah.
yeah, boy.
Right.
Oh no.
Gums is just currently on a
One
3
below
stream
me.
streak.
So Frey,
And you
what's
have
your,
God.
advantage.
what's your dexterity, Frey?
My dexterity is 14.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
we all...
second has advantage on initiative. Did you?
I'm
Did you
going
do
to
that?
I'm gonna hit
Yes,
you one up.
yes, I did.
Oh.
You tried, Vander.
Yeah, I tried.
I love that we have 3 people with 14, and then Vander has like, what, 28 or something ridiculous?
Yeah.
Alright. So take a
Wait, did
look.
you not hear? I only got a 16. I rolled a 5.
Oh, interesting.
I can roll badly.
No, but
Roll
I just mean,
terrible.
what's your
I mean,
base
what?
dex? Your base dex is 20, isn't it?
No, 17.
Oh,
I have other bonuses that come from other things.
Yes.
Oh yeah, 'cause you're alert and shit. Stuff.
And other
Okay.
things.
Yeah, there's alert, and then there's also the rogue subclass. Allows
Yeah.
me to add my charisma, I think.
Yes, it's your charisma. That's why Rudiger was so fast, because I pumped his charisma instead of his dexterity, and he ended up being ridiculously fast. Swashbuckles.
I rolled my big fat dice and it gave me a
Okay.
15 today.
So, let me just bring this up so I've got that on both screens and can see what the fuck I'm doing.
I need 6s.
It's like being able to see what we're doing.
Where is my 6s for my bonfire?
So yeah, this thing comes rolling past, slams into you, Frey, and then it stays within range of you, and it immediately decides to launch one of its fists straight at you again, just punching straight towards your face, purely because you were the first one there, and you are here literally glowing in front of them. You have painted yourself as, unfortunately, quite a decent wee target. I am so very sorry.
Good.
Good. As this fist strikes out at you, let me see what's its bonus. 22.
Yeah, that hits.
That hits? Alright. So, did the same thing I did to you in the last session. I rolled 2 dice for its damage, and I rolled double ones.
Oh.
So you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as this rocky fist slams into you once more. It is...
Rocky Fist, great band name.
Damn straight. It is going to remain as it is. It's not going to move around you. In fact, what's its... It is going to move slightly. this way. It's not going to move out of range of you, but it's going to make itself. It's almost going to put you in between itself and the looming figure of Sekhet Nofrit, which looks like 5 kobolds in a trench coat. So, that's its turn. The rumbling in the cavern continues.
What is that?
There's
That
a
does-
bomb somewhere, bet.
Grit rolled incredibly well because he has no dexterity bonus. So he literally rolled an 18 on the dice. However, he can't see what's going on.
That was an issue.
So,
That's right, he's little.
yep.
It's small.
So what he's going to do is he's going to... Yep, okay. You do hear some mutter. In fact, Vander, you'd be the only one that can see this. He begins muttering in a small voice that does sound like a little bit of echoing the rumbling in the chamber. And then he sort of brings both of his hands and touches one to the small of Sekhet's back, just underneath where Nofrit's legs are, and then places the other one on his chest. And very similar to what you've seen Nofrit do before, with these little bits of stone that seem to form and deflect blows, you sort of see this wee rocky sheen as Grit's skin kind of turns to the same color as the chamber, and you see Sekhet, her body starts almost taking on this earthen appearance. You have a +2 to your AC. Sekhet. He's got a shield of faith on you.
Could have given that to me.
Oh.
No,
He
I'm
could.
joking.
It's
No.
a version of Shield of Faith. It's not quite Shield of Faith. It's a very similar version to it.
I don't want to be up close. I'm gonna get it off this second ride
Um,
soon.
I went off this ride.
And he immediately then reaches his hand over towards Harkison, who had been kind of, holding him because Harkison could see and Grit couldn't. That brings us to Nofrit.
Does it? It's not for it or Sekhet, right?
Well, yeah, Nofrit second. Either one of the two sisters.
Paper, scissors,
Uh,
rock.
you-
Let's go.
Rock.
Paper, scissors, rock.
It might have, Vander, yeah.
I think I rocked you. Which it. Oh no!
You
Yeah,
win.
your camera has
Okay.
frozen.
Do I cover you up or do I just leave it there?
Just leave it there. I'm not gonna fiddle with it because I don't want to mess up any of the.
Yeah. We'll leave it. We'll leave it like that for now, and if we have to fiddle like after the combat or something, we'll do it then,
Yeah.
rather than in the middle of this.
Okay.
All right.
Canceling gust. I then
Yep.
use the momentum of some of the air that I've been moving, and kind of slice it forward and cast elemental burst air in a 15-foot cone and go kaboof around the man.
All right. So what does that entail? What does that mean for
So
the man? For the man.
You guys are gonna hate this. There's a sudden flash of light and a peal of thunder inside of the cave.
Oh, that's going to be very, very
The
loud.
wind that I created flurries up into this like big flurry burst in a 15-foot cone that just goes out from the end of my fingers. He has to do a saving throw.
Yep.
Or is knocked prone. He's also going to be electrified. No, I think he wouldn't be electrified. Objects that aren't being worn or carried become electrified.
What sort of saving throw is he making, first of all?
Creatures that fail their save throw. Dexterity.
Dexterity?
Sorry, I had to
No, that's all right.
look there.
Oh, yep. Cool. I rolled a 2 on the dice, so it doesn't matter what his modifier is.
He takes 2d6 absolutely lit damage. I mean, that's not that much, but he's knocked prone, so...
So 2d6, what sort of damage?
Lightning.
Lightning, gotcha.
lightning
He
colored.
is... Yep,
These
he's
two.
not resistant to that.
He takes a whole 11 damage.
11? Not bad.
I rolled a
Not
6 and a
bad.
5.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think the other thing kicks in because he's not.
What was the other thing?
If there's any little objects in the room that I've just cleared of like smoke for a second, if they're not worn or carried, they now are electrically charged for a minute and will hurt people for a d6 if they get touched.
Oh, okay.
Electrified the smoke.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
probably the small pebbles and bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And you've knocked him prone because he in fact can be knocked prone.
Oh, that was lucky.
So
But I was
he does
hoping to
not
just
have
we can see more of
resistance.
the room for a second too. It's like whatever bonus action I have, I want to go. What the fuck else is in the room?
Literally, as you get that sort of cone of air that pushes outwards, you really just see more of what you could see from like that little alcove where you had the break, where you see the little gaps in the ground where you can sort of see the gas kind of wafting up and sitting around. The entire room is just littered with small little bits of pebbles. You can almost see. Actually, if you use a bonus action, make a perception check. But yeah, you can see these little fishes and little bits of stone scattered everywhere. It's just a wee cavern, really.
4. We're putting d20s away when they do bad.
Okay.
Bad birdie.
All right, so not a good roll then.
No, I got a 4.
Okay, yeah, you see the things that you got there. You're probably a little distracted by the fact that your burst of wind created this peal of thunder, which is incredibly loud in this somewhat enclosed space. And then the little bit of surprise that you literally knocked a boulder on its ass.
Rock bottom. I'm
Was there anything else
going-
on offer it? That's
I'm-
your action bonus.
Ah, God damn it. I'm going to unloop my leg from the rope
Yep.
and hop down off my sister. And then I'm going to put my back up against the wall.
Okay.
On the opposite side of the thing.
Right.
So I can find my
Yep.
way back out to the first tunnel, which I know is more open, if need be.
Okay.
But that's my turn.
Okay.
And I'm going to mute because
Uh,
Quentin called me.
All good. So second.
Alrighty, so I'm going to get really, really angry and rage. He's prone, so I'm going to roll to hit him at advantage.
Yep. Without needing to do reckless. So yep.
But first I need to roll my d8 for my rage.
For your rage, very true. You got your wild surge.
I got a 3, so an intangible spirit, which looks like we'll say it looks like a flump.
Okay.
Appears within 5 feet of the creature of my choice, which is rock bottom turtle.
Oh, is that what we're calling it? Gotcha.
At the end of the
Alright.
current turn, the spirit explodes, and each creature within 5 feet of it must succeed on dexterity saving throws or take 1d6 force damage. Until my rage ends, I can use this effect again, summoning another spirit on each of my turns as a bonus action. So, a little flump is there, but hasn't exploded yet.
Oh, it's beside the dude. Yep. I've just put a little guard token on the next to them,
Cute.
just to indicate where he is or what it is. They're very handy for just tokens. All right. Cool. And so now.
So now I'm going to take a swing at him. At
Right.
advantage.
Go for it.
Which is a dirty 20.
That is enough to hit.
So that should be. Hang on. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 damage.
All right. What are you using to attack?
My Eldritch Speed Greatsword. Oh, 13. Because that does an extra damage. Magic
Because
damage.
it's a +1 sword, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So 13 slashing.
Yes.
Right. So yes, with a blur and a flurry of speed, this sword moving faster than you might imagine cuts down into this creature currently lying prone on the ground, wondering what the fuck just happened. Right.
And I get a second attack. So
You do.
I'm gonna go again.
Go. Again. So are you doing this
Yay.
over Frey's head, or have you moved around?
I did move on the map, but Owlbear keeps locking me out. I might have
Oh,
to
okay.
open a new one.
Yeah.
I went up to stand beside Frey. Just up the
Okay.
top.
Okay, so flanking around the side of her, or around where the wall was?
To the side. But I'll just load it up again.
It's alright, I'll pop you there. Sorry, Albert Radio seems to be lagging a little bit for me too.
For
Not
some
sure why.
reason, it just keeps signing me out.
Maybe this is like a popular day for the platform.
Maybe. I had one or two issues, I think, last time as well, where it just every so often it would lag and everything would freeze up on me. I'm not sure. It's okay.
Yeah, that's where I moved there.
Okay,
Cool.
that's sweet. Yep, sweet. All right, so making a second strike.
17 plus 8 is
A hit is what that is.
good.
It's massive damage.
We don't even need to math that. We just that's a hit.
For another 16 points of slashing damage.
Nice.
16. Nice. Oof. Okay, so you strike into it again with a nice swing of speed, and the sword itself blurs, and you almost kind of get this little bit of a chunk come off of his shoulder and roll along the ground as it kind of gives out this sort of low which, you know, you don't really speak whatever language it's speaking, but you kind of get the impression it's a little discontent.
And that is my turn.
He
All
said,
right.
"Oh, I got a boo boo."
Got a boob that hurt. Why? Vander, you're up.
Okay. How tall is this cavern?
Probably that high, but it did do a bit of a decline to go down into this fog, so probably about 12 foot, the highest. It's not a particularly high cavern, but it's high enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the fog didn't reach the top, did it?
No, it's a very heavy fog that just kind of sits in this declined area, this sunken area of the where the floor goes down into this into the chamber.
Okay. Vander is going to use his climbing speed, and he's going to scale the walls
Okay.
onto the roof, do like a spiral run so that he can then launch himself over Frey's head to stab both his daggers down into this prone creature.
Okay. So here is the other thing I am going to point out for the rest of you. I'm going, yeah, it's awkward. This is going to be fine for this round of combat. But with the fact that Nofrid is no longer concentrating on Gust, nobody's going to have any visual sight of anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But yeah, well,
But
for
there
for
was
this first round,
How
we will-
long does the poof
it doesn't take long for everything to kind of start immediately settling back in. But that's why it's like for this round, since you've done that, it's fine. It's not a problem.
Ah, I see. Because
But I'm just going to say, after this round, that fog's going to roll back in, and unless you have something else, you are all basically going to be considered blind when it comes to fighting in here. Okay. But yeah, go for it, Vander. That's very cool. I like that. Muck your attack. He is prone, so that is advantage.
Woohoo! Oh. I did average no crit rolls. So 17.
That's a saying.
It is, isn't it? 17 is enough to hit.
Woo. And that'll be some sneak attack.
Yeah.
Oh.
19 points of damage on the first. No, 18 points of damage on the first hit.
Okay, what are you hitting with?
The dragon bone.
Dragon bone.
The one Oswald gave him that.
Aww.
What's her name? Enchanted.
Right, that Jean enchanted?
Jean. Yes.
Yep. Alright, cool. Dagger sinks in pretty easily. For having what looks like a very rocky exterior, you know, your blades seem to be piercing this dude pretty easily.
And a 16 on the second one.
Is just enough.
Just. Oh, okay.
16 is its AC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, we've learned
And
something.
he's using the bigger knife on this one.
The bigger knife? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
the bigger knife is the offhand.
Nice, I love it.
And only 1 point of damage because I don't get any bonuses to that.
No, not at this point, no. Okay.
And Vander is then going to continue with the momentum
Yep.
of leaping over and vault himself to get onto the roof again. And he's then going to do like the splits with one arm up so he catches himself so he is on the roof. He's holding himself up there.
Okay. Whereabouts in the... Are you like above where that the creature was?
So it'd be like above him there,
Okay.
behind.
All right. So you have enough to be able to get down to the ground and then get back up to the roof after that?
I think so, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Sweet. Is that your turn, Vinda?
That is my turn.
All right. Well, that brings us to Harkison, who can't see a damn thing. We can,
Okay.
but there's a gnome standing between him and whatever got knocked down, and he does have the bow, which he considers for a brief moment. But he's not interested in accidentally shooting her in the back.
Oh, true.
Turns around and it's just like, hello.
Yeah, so that's why he's not going to do that. Unfortunately, all of the other gimmicks he's got are not particularly useful. So, you've run up beside him. He saw Grit do a thing. He is literally going to copy Sekhead. And he is going to grab Grit and hoist him up like a sack of potatoes and sit him there so that
Ah, nice.
Grit can see what the hell's going on. Because Harkison's realized in this particular environment, Grit's a lot more useful than he is. And that's going to be his turn because there's not a lot he can do without accidentally maybe doing damage to you guys. Or, someone. Brings us to Frey. Hmm? Mm. Mm.
Sorry, my brain's like trying to go on to like boss mode at the moment. So it's just got me a lot of
You have a prone little rock turtle in front of you.
Yeah. I think you are also the only one to have taken damage at this point.
When you hit our cleric like that?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
there
don't
is
use
repercussions.
And they
Sure,
walk out the
use
front
it
and make themselves a
and
glowing beacon of light, in
fight
a dark
me.
place.
I'm still not half health, so it's fine.
Exactly, you're right. You understand how this works.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I don't use this much, and I don't really know how to melee attack. So this is gonna be funny.
Okay.
She's going to summon her Radiant Blade.
Okay.
Hey.
So a glowing sickle of moonlight appears in your hand. It's sort of almost taking that light that you've cast around yourself, and it drains down your arm and extends out a length, kind of almost initially like a lightsaber before getting that sort of curve going on and taking on an almost translucent sort of a look.
And she's basically going to attack the prone turtle boy that's on the ground.
All right, because it
Rolling
is
around.
prone and you are in melee, you get advantage on the attack. So you get to roll a couple dice to take the highest. And I think the dice damage for your radiant weapon went up, didn't it?
1d4, and it increases by 1d4 at level 6, so 2d4.
Yeah, so it's 2d4 damage at this point. And I think it adds your wisdom modifier as the damage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh god. Give me one moment. I'm very sorry. I don't really mess
It's okay.
with melee weapons.
It is a-okay. I mean, this homebrew cleric was designed to be a little bit odd in the first few levels, to be a little bit supporty, healerish, protecting, and then as it got into the higher levels, like at level 6, it starts transitioning into very much starting to have more tanky style abilities.
So rolling to hit, right?
Correct. Yeah. So 2d20s take the highest.
16?
16 is its AC, so you hit.
And then rolling for damage.
Yep. So 2d4 plus your wisdom mod.
11.
11 total?
Mhm.
Nice. Your blade just, like, because of the nature of the weapon, you sink it into this creature and it doesn't even leave, like, a mark. It just sinks in, like light going through a window. And then you pull it out and there's no mark left on the creature. But it definitely flinches when you hit it. So you know that it definitely felt the effect.
And I'm gonna use a free action.
Yep.
Frey's gonna use her right arm, like her right hand, tap herself on the shoulder a little bit, and cast Celestial Bodies on herself.
Okay. Do you want to describe for people what that does?
So
Or what it looks
when
like at least?
So it's like these little wisps start flying around Frey. They have like little little icicles falling down almost.
Like a wisp
So more
mother?
yeah.
From like,
They're just hovering around her very lazily too. Like they're just like, this is fine.
They're so pleased to be here.
They haven't been around, and they're just like, why am I here now? Okay. I now gain 11 temporary hit points?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, 11 temporary hit points. And
Damn.
while I have these temporary hit points, I gain +1 to my AC.
That's right, you do too.
what was
Yep,
that?
so that,
Measuring from my head, GM.
just getting some distances.
Okay.
Okay.
At the end of Frey's turn, my clump will explode, and me and the me and the monster are the only two that are 5 feet from it, because I think
Yep.
Amanda's hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah, which the ceiling, as I said, is about 12 foot roughly. So yeah, we'll say he's out of range of that. So what does that do?
So, must succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, which it has disadvantage on because it's prone. And never mind, I rolled another 2, so I'm doing incredibly well for this creature.
Excellent. I beat my own limit, so I'm okay. So it gets 1d6 damage.
All right, is it force damage?
Is, yes.
Oh, yep. So roll the dice, do some damage.
3.
3 points of force damage. Understood.
Under the sea.
All right. So,
And I just want to say, just for effect, as it explodes, it's just this eyes just widen suddenly, and it's like glitter, just like poof, and then it's gone.
right. All right. So, while this creature is on the ground, because we finished Frey's turn, that's gone on. The rumbling intensifies.
The mum's coming. Oh no.
Well,
Don't. No.
you consistently keep lighting up Frey, which is a real shame.
Love that.
Oh.
You know. Because suddenly the rumbling gets louder, and another boulder comes abruptly rolling out of this amber fog. Beside you. It's what is that? It's I keep forgetting what its mod is.
Man, these things don't like light. It'd be a damn shame if someone were to cast daylight.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Mm.
That's a 21 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. So as it goes rolling past, I need you to make a strength saving throw as well.
I also get a swipe at it because it's attacking something within 5 feet of me.
You will very shortly. Yep. We'll do this part first.
17.
17. You just make your save.
Whew.
14. You take 19 points of bludgeoning damage as this boulder slams into you. You manage to keep your feet a little bit rougher this time, and it then continues to keep on rolling, basically just past you and behind you. So you may get to make an opportunity attack, both of you, if you would like.
Yeah.
19.
19. That hits.
Yes.
18.
18 also hits.
$14 damage, and its speed becomes 0.
Yep, that's why I've stopped it where it is, because I had a feeling that
Yep.
might happen. And Frey?
Give 1 moment. 9 damage.
9? Cool. And that's with the sickle, isn't it?
Yep.
Alright, so yeah, this creature sort of, as a boulder goes rolling past, and as you sort of both carve into it, you can sort of see it sort of bumps over the ground. It looks like it's going to keep rolling away from you into the fog again. But as you sort of connect, you sort of slam it down to the ground where it kind of almost bounces and jolts for a moment, and it unfurls itself into a place right beside you, instead of continuing its momentum. However, you are the closest there, Sekit. Does a 21 hit you?
It does.
That seems to be the number I am currently rolling for these guys when they're attacks, so I'm happy with that. And because he has the run up, he also gets the bonus. 12. So as another boulder, so you slash out at this other one to stop it in its tracks where it unfurls, when another one sort of slams into the side of you for, what did I say? It's 10, that's 17 points of bludgeoning damage. And I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
Ooh.
Bludgeoning is something I've got.
You are resistant to because you're raging. Yep.
So was that before or after?
So that's before. So take it down to 8.
And I have advantage on this because I'm raging?
The strength checks and saving throws, I believe. So yes.
Nat 20 plus 7. 27.
27. I think somehow you managed to maintain your feet.
Come at me, boulders.
So, you've sunk
Damn.
your sword into this thing as it unfurls and sort of, turns its gaze to you. And you sort of still got your sword in it, anchoring you as this other one slams in. You feel the impact, and you don't budge. You're so anchored your feet and into this other creature that this other one, as it slams into you, you don't move. However, excuse me, it then immediately veers and careens away from you and back off into the fog.
Which
Wait, there was a third. I totally missed that trying to read all my spells. Ah.
Does it pass within 5 feet of me?
creatures provoke opportunity attacks from me even if they take disengage before leaving my reach.
Correct. However, you have used your reaction to strike the
I
other
have,
one.
yes, that's right.
Yep. So your reaction is gone. Not quite. It kind of does a sharp U-turn, Vander. So no, not quite.
Okay.
Yep. All right, and that brings us back to the prone one. So we're going to remove prone from him. He is going to stand up. He's going to start making a whole lot of sounds, almost like the sound of rocks snapping, like grabbing and just cracking them in its fists. It's got Vander hanging above it, and both Frey and Seket in front.
Please don't tell me he's gonna throw a rock at Vander.
Why are you giving him ideas? Stop that.
No. He's going to go into his boulder form, and he's going to roll away.
Oh no, they're calling for their mom.
Vander, I will say you can have an opportunity attack as he rolls away if you would like.
Woohoo! Absolutely.
Yep.
Oh, never mind.
No?
Yeah, that's a 10.
10? Okay. So yes, it rolls off into the fog.
I was not
Um,
expecting such cowardice.
And as it rolls back through, you hear that rumbling intensify as it comes rolling back in with enough of a head start. Frey, it's slamming back into you again.
Oh, love that for me.
Yep. It rolled away just so it could get enough traction to roll back into you and slam. So, that's a 20 to hit?
Yep.
Okay. 8. So that is 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
And a strength saving throw, please.
I forgot to do this the last time.
Yep.
Which I'm really rusty with this.
Don't, it's fine.
But never mind.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a dirty 20.
That is enough. You still maintain your footing. Whew, come on, guys. What's going on?
This
You're
feels
picking on the
spicy.
strong ones.
I know. But these creatures are probably a little stronger, a little more intelligent than what their looks may belie. But this one is here and lit up and is the small one. It's just that's what's attracting them.
Could I use a reaction?
You used a reaction to do an opportunity attack
yeah,
last
that's
time. You only
right.
get that back on your turn. Yeah, unfortunately. And so that was. Yeah, it can step away, but it's still pretty well surrounded. It's going to move there and right on the edge of the fog, and that'll do its turn. That brings us to Grit.
Are they getting advantage on their attacks because of the blindness?
They don't need to see.
It's all
You guys
sound.
are, yeah. We're only just starting the second round now, so this is where the obscuring is really going to come in to punish unless something happens.
Up like a little bit, but I don't want you straining yourself either.
Oh no, if I up my mic, it should be fine. Is this better?
Could
Or
go
do I need to up it up a little bit more?
a little more.
So
This is the
Harkison-
highest that I can go.
That's
Perfect.
cool. That should be fine.
Oh, excellent. Love that.
Cheers, Frey.
Thank
Um, Okay, so Grit's concentrating on a protection spell. He's currently piggyback riding your werewolf friend. He's pretty much just going to launch a stone bolt, I think, at the one closest, which, given where he's at, he's still going to make the roll at disadvantage, but he knows it's there. At disadvantage, that's a natural one, so I'm not going to roll a second dice. Unfortunately, he launches this bolt, and it does disturb the fog, but it careens wide. And there is a brief moment where he goes, "Oh no, I probably shouldn't do that." And that's going to be his turn. Nofrit, you're up.
Unless, did you want to do something first, Crystal? Or
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. The sisters.
No, you can go.
Sorry,
Okay.
it's on my initiative bar. It's unfortunately Nofrit's first.
No.
So I was like, yeah. So I just
Alphabetical,
immediately look
wouldn't
at it.
Yeah. Fuck. No.
Knocking them over is great if you can do that again.
Can I sense that one of them? Do I know that there's more of them in this space? Do I know there's one in
You-
front of me?
You will know that there's one in front of you
Okay.
because it is within range. It is still, because the fog's rolled in, you will still be at disadvantage if you want to attack it in some way. But right now, that's the only one you can see.
Okay. Secondary question.
See. Yep.
This is a poisonous frog. Fog.
All that Grit told you is that it is possibly toxic and most likely flammable.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm just
Yeah.
doing.
Yep.
Nofrit reaches into her backpack as she sees this big looming shadow in the mist, and grabs out and whispers, "Hey, wake!" and throws the scorpion onto the ground, and the scorpion quivers, the idol shaking and growing larger and larger in size. Are these medium-sized creatures? I want a clarification on that.
They are medium, yes.
Fucking great. Heditet awakens. We have like a awaken round for them, right? Where they can't do anything?
Yeah, they can't do anything on the turn they're awake.
And it takes my action to do it. But yeah, it's in front of me. Between us. Heditet the scorpion. Heditet's health this time will be... Oh, double fours. It's 6, 12...
So it's base
20.
scorpion?
Yeah, base scorpion.
Yep.
For reasons.
Yep.
Yeah, Heditet's health will be 24 this time.
Shit, that's alright. That's not bad. That's
yeah, no, it's not
higher
bad.
That's higher than some of the other creatures on the battlefield right now.
Yep. And there's a clacking of pincers from it. And as I yell out, I'm gonna say, "Vander, remember those light crystals? Shove them in its face!" And I don't really have a bonus Actually, I guess I could charge another rune. Actually, I will do that. I'm gonna bonus action use the sorcery point to charge a rune.
Okay.
My belly button begins to glow. That's my
All
turn.
right. That's your turn? Okay. That brings us to Sickhead.
Okay, I'm gonna growl happily because I get to fight.
Yes.
And a little pixie pops into existence next to the number 2 guy that's in front of me.
Yep. Yeah, I'll just number them to make it easier.
Yep. And I'm going to try and smack him.
Okay. Go for it.
So is this where it's at disadvantage because I have trouble seeing?
It is unfortunately at disadvantage, yeah, because the fog's rolled back in. So even though it's right there and you can sort of see it, it is technically obscured. You like everything's obscured unless you have some way of divining. Yeah, it's like seeing it perfectly.
I'm going to reckless it then to
Go for
even
it.
out that dice.
Yep. So straight roll.
16 on the dice plus 8 is a dirty 20.
That's a hit.
Hear these?
Hell yeah. I don't think you guys have missed a single attack. What the shit? I was relying on high AC and.
That's because I'm making
and,
you
know.
roll. I'm not. Have you noticed?
Oh no, I'm talking about just hitting the ACs.
Uh,
They've got a reasonably decent AC for this. So.
I've been so lucky being able to roll at advantage for the
Yeah.
entire time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, this
Except
technically was
that
going to be
straight
an.
roll.
This was technically going to be an encounter where most of you are going to be rolling at disadvantage. That was the whole point. I love it.
11 damage, and I'm going to swing wildly again.
Yep. Go for it. And this is still with
18?
the Eldritch Greatsword.
Yes.
18. That's a hit. Now you do get your reaction back as well at the start of your turn. So
14.
14 damage. Woo! Woo! Okay. You guys are doing some fucking damage. Holy shit. These things
Happy
are
little Bob.
these things are not weak. Okay, cool.
literal
Was that
bolts.
it, Sickit?
That is my action and my bonus action with the flump. And I'm not going anywhere because I know my sister's that way somewhere.
So,
Yeah, I was loud.
your little spirit explodes at the end of
At
your
the end
turn?
of the turn.
The end of the turn in general. Okay, gotcha. Cool. That would then brings us to Vanda.
Yes.
Your quarry has run away.
Bitch.
And you can sort of see the disturbances in the fog. You can sort of maybe see Sekhet's head bobbing a little bit, just slightly. And you do see that Grit has been elevated up over Harkison's shoulders because they're sort of not quite in the fog. So they've got a viewpoint very similar to yourself, but it's very hard to make anything out in this cavern. You can also see a slight glow in the fog indicating where Frey is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can't clearly see any enemies at this point.
He is going to scramble over to where he heard Nofret's voice from.
Okay. Yep. Yep, that's easy enough. I mean, you know that she's sort of behind where Frey was, and you saw the glow in the fog. So yep.
Do I see anything there? Like,
You'll be able to see a silhouette. You'll be able to see a silhouette, like a darkened, a more darkened image in the fog. So you know something's there. And you'll be able to kind of like I'm going to rule. I mean, you can tell that it's not one of the allies that you have.
yeah, I was
Just
going to
because
say,
of
if it's not a silhouette of my friends, then
Yeah. It's just a blobby bit of darkness in an already dark area, but you can tell by the general silhouette that it's if not the same creature as before, it's a similar one.
yeah. I mean,
Yep.
he's probably assuming it is the same one. He doesn't really know this two yet.
No.
So he's going to do the same sort of thing, just like launch himself at it.
Yep.
He'll use a dagger in one hand, and he's going to be holding one of the light crystals in the other.
Okay.
He's going to effectively try and stab it, and then plug the hole with the light crystal.
Okay. All right.
That's the current plan.
Yeah. No, I like that. All right. So we'll make your dagger strike.
Is that a disadvantage?
It is, yes. Yeah, unless you've got some way of counteracting that disadvantage, it is, yeah.
I mean, it's a hit. It's 21.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
a
don't
hit.
think I have a way to counter disadvantage.
No, I mean, there's an ally there, but it doesn't really count because it is still at disadvantage, so unfortunately no sneak attack from that one.
No.
Yep. It's the biggest downside, unfortunately, of playing that class. It's if you
Yeah,
can't
once
get that.
disadvantage happens, damn it.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
And that is 4 points of damage.
All right. And which dagger was this? Was this the Dragonbone one again?
Yeah, this was the Dragon Bone.
Okay, so 4. All right, you do feel that impact as it sinks in, and obviously you now are close enough to sort of see that even though you're used to the dagger sinking in, it felt like you were striking a regular enemy, not one made of rock. Until you do sort of get that point where it's like, oh, you know, this creature's definitely made of rock. Like, yeah, that. Remove the dagger, and you're going to try and jam the crystal in?
Yeah, so he's gonna like wedge the wound open just a little bit more, and try and put that crystal into there.
Okay, here's what we're going to do, because this is fun. We're going to make an attack roll.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, it is a pointy crystal.
It is, yeah, you are effectively stabbing something into that same point. I was going to say, oh, because you're there and you can see it, I'll remove the disadvantage, but it's kind of a called shot, so I'm going to leave it at disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah, just because it is a very specific point you're trying to hit.
It's probably not gonna the 15.
Unfortunately,
the
it's
AC
just shy of its
My
AC.
Yeah.
It's just shy of its AC.
Rolled a 9 and a 19. Damn it.
So yeah, so the crystal strikes and connects. Roll a d20 for me.
5.
Okay. So as you sort of realize it doesn't go in, you pull the crystal away. There was just this very brief little moment where, as you connected this thing, for some reason, like there's just almost this tiny little flicker as the crystal struck the creature. If you'd rolled much lower, that would have been bad because you would have sparked.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yep. That was why Harkison, when he fired the stone bolt into the ground, he was kind of, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, he rolled. pretty
Click,
badly,
click,
too.
boom.
Yeah, he also rolled very
Ah,
bad. Okay. Yep. Anything else there, Vander?
Yeah, he's gonna try and get back onto the roof.
Okay.
are you
You've
going
got
to
enough movement for
communicate
that?
about the crystal at all?
About what, sir?
Are you communicating about the crystal at all?
No.
Alright, so you got enough movement to get back up to the roof, I'm going to imagine?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you probably just about, kick step off this thing to go back up to the roof. How are you clinging? You're using your cat claws to cling, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Cat
Alright.
claws and wedging his boot into something. So he's got like the at least a
Yeah.
trifecta of points.
Reverse tripod, yeah.
So he can at least breathe.
Yes.
I was hoping I'd be able to see better, but it's fine.
If they were large creatures, you probably would. Okay, is that your turn, Vander?
Yes, it is my turn.
Okay. So Harkison is very interested in what you are doing. Because he can see you clearly clambering over the roof. And he sort of almost wishes his wolf claws could allow him to do something similar. But he's also very aware that he is incredibly out of his element right now. He knows you're there, Nofrit, but he can't really see you well enough.
Hmm.
And while he's in contact with Grit, he knows Grit is fine. So unfortunately, the fog is also kind of nerfing his ability to do anything right now. He needs to be able to see something.
Yeah.
So he's going to hold his action, so if he can see something, he can attack it. If see an enemy, he'll attack it. And that's going to have to be what he does. That brings us back around to Frey.
Yay!
Healing word is a bonus action, right?
Correct. Yes.
So she's gonna swing at the rock that's the closest.
Yep. So you have two that are within range.
Mm-hmm.
You have the
so-
one that Seket and Vander were just having an attack at, and you had the one that just was the last one to slam into you.
Oh, she has a vendetta against the one that slammed into her.
So
That's twice now.
so that was the first one that
Hi,
came
Aya.
rolling through.
But
Okay.
she,
Cool, duder.
is she out of range though, and I'd have to move because if so,
No.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, no, it looks like it is, but it is actually close.
okay.
But it's just because of the way the
She's
grid
gonna-
works. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. She's gonna swing at it.
All right, go for it. It is unfortunately at disadvantage unless you have some way of being able to disperse the mist or
Oh,
detect it or
heavens
see
no.
it clearly. Jesus.
Jeez. 16. I rolled a
Six-
16 and a 19.
16 is its AC.
Yep. I rolled a 16 and a 19. That's
Wow.
gross.
Man.
I gave my dice a stun talking to her before this. I was just like,
Damn.
don't.
So we're keeping track. That's like one attack that's missed out of everything you guys have done in this, and I love it.
What can we say? We're the best team.
No, it's good. It's really good.
11.
Right, so how much?
11.
11. All right, so your little radiant sickle sinks into this creature, and there is it just passes through it. Again, you don't really see it entry. There's no resistance. It just swings through. But you do see this brief moment as this creature, it's come back around, it's slammed into you in its boulder form, and you just, as you pass through, there's almost this quavering where you sort of see the little chip of rock that you cut off it before, marking this one as that same one. You sort of see other little bits of the rock start to flake away from its boulder form. You get the impression this thing is not far. It hasn't got long left for this world.
She's gonna use a bonus action to cast
Yep.
Healing Word on herself.
Go for it. So that's a D4 plus your wisdom, I believe.
Level, I think I can go
What's that?
at 3rd level. I think.
If you want to go higher level, I think it's a
Yeah.
D4 per level you go. So that'll be 3D4 plus your wisdom. Oh, Gum, please, I'm waiting for somebody to set this entire place on fire.
Oh, it's so tempting.
16 points of 16 points back
Of
to
healing?
me.
Nice. Nice. All right, heal yourself up.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. I was about to say, you've taken a fair bit of a beating here,
I-
Frey.
I
You're going to be
don't
starting to
want-
hurt.
I don't want to talk about where
No,
my health bar
That's
was.
absolutely fine. That does bring us to the end of the round, which I believe means...
Poof!
Yes. So what do I have to roll?
Dexterity saving throw.
And it's everything within 5
5
feet?
foot. Yeah.
Okay, so that
So
is you
Frey
and Vander
and
as
me.
well. Yeah, it's Vander as well. He's hanging above it.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah.
Uh-oh, Skedio.
Yep. So Vander, Sekhet, Frey, and my boulder buddy. Okay, I got a dirty 20.
Yep. He saves. Got to beat a 14.
Is it at disadvantage?
No.
Oh, 16.
16?
16.
Everyone's good. Okay.
Nice. All right. So there's a little roiling of this amber fog as there's suddenly a displaced little explosion. That brings us back around to the top of the turn. Okay. Yep. Boulder Buddy's gonna back away. You may get an opportunity attack on him if you want.
Which bolt? Oh, that one.
Yep, the first one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Fuck it up.
Go, Frey, go.
Yep, go for it, Frey.
Smack him!
This is the one that's looking
Moonblade his
really,
ass.
really bad.
Give him
This
a
is the one you guys
moon up his
absolutely
butt.
smashed while it was prone.
10 damage.
Us making
In?
that shit prone. Ugh.
How do you want to finish that creature?
Oh!
Yeah.
Woo!
She's mad. She's been slammed, like from this. She's saying all types of curse words in Sylvan, and she just wants it dead.
Yep.
There's
That
no real
is-
like, there's no real like flourish or anything. It's just
It's just dies
swing.
now. Yep.
Swing, bada, bada, bada.
And you do. I mean, this rock literally begins to crumble in front of your face. Bits of the rock flaking down, and there's almost like this this reverberation through the earth as this thing just crumples, and the cavern itself begins to sort of settle a little bit. As you all kind of notice that the silhouette of the one you're all kind of ganging up on there begins to slow a little bit.
I love the dead icon.
It looks like
Yeah,
his head got
it's-
replaced by a skull.
Yeah.
By a skull, it was just, yeah, perfectly placed. That brings us to Grit.
Grit.
Um,
But there's a third one rolling around somewhere, right?
who's going to make a check here, which he fails badly. Okay. Yeah, he's still going to maintain his concentration. He's now too afraid to unleash another stone bolt into the fog. No, he's going to, very similar to Harkison, hold his action until he can see something. That brings us around to the Swiss sisters.
Alfred?
Okay. I cast Gust.
Yep. And
the shadow in
immediately
front
you
of
light
me.
up that, you reveal that area.
Uh-huh.
Because how far out is that?
30 feet. It does like a 10
Oh wow,
foot.
yeah, no, you launch out
push.
it's a line?
It's let me find the thing that it says technically.
Technically.
It does range of 30 feet. I can push a medium or smaller creature that you can choose. Must succeed on a strength. I could try push it.
And it goes straight back into Sekit.
Doesn't that mean an opportunity attack? Nah.
No,
Work like
really,
that,
because it's
does
not
it?
moving. It's force movement.
Nah. So the
although
idea
if-
is that I'm doing. I'm blasting a small bit of air capable of moving an object. The object just being
Yeah.
the mist in this case.
But it's a line
up
30
to
foot
10,
long, right?
10 feet away from you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay, so 10 feet away.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
But I like
it
the
would
idea that
go-
it's quite dense. I mean, it is cantrip. You know what I mean? Like,
So it would clear the air around, yeah, for you guys to be able to see this creature stuck in the middle of you.
because it's just like
That's-
this is me
that's
doing a very quick. burst
Actually,
of it.
quite literally 10 feet between you and your sister. So
And
that
then
clears this, and the area is no longer obscured.
for this
I
the
like
rest of
it.
this round.
Yep, it'll last. It'll last until the start of the next combat round.
And this is why you take the elemental bitch. Then my scorpion, who has blind sight anyway,
Yep. Well, there you go.
does his 2 claws attack and attempts to grapple the creature,
Ooh.
and then
Okay.
get him with a stinger at the end.
All right. We'll make your attack rolls.
So he gets.
Also, because it has now been.
Oh, gummy!
Woo! Because it has now been revealed, and for reasons,
Oh yeah, you had to go there.
your scorpion is going to have advantage on these attacks.
I love that. Okay. Curious why
Yep.
hit plus 4 for the. Oh no, plus 5 because I'm level 5. Wow, I rolled a natural 1 again, and a
Oh, dear.
9, so that is not enough with one of the claws.
Probably not, which means you don't get to do the grapple.
There's a 15. No, because it has to be both claws. But the second claw will attack, and that does hit.
Okay.
And then coming round for the stingy. Is the stingy? Oh, yes. The stingy is that one as well.
Okay.
The
So
stingy.
these. Yep. So
Hits.
yep. Any hits? You let me know.
A claw and a sting hit.
Okay. Roll double the dice for the. Treat them as crits.
So you want me to do double dice?
Max damage. Roll the dice and add the modifier.
Oh, shit. This damage becomes a d6. Okay, so it's a d6 for that
For
one.
whatever
The
reason, this
sting.
creature is currently being affected as though it is paralyzed.
2d6.
Hmm.
Oh, that's
Oh.
right. I poison it.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
This is so much math for me.
I saw your face light up, Max. I saw your face light up.
So we get, it's 8 plus, whoa, we were 8 plus 6 for the
Yep.
claw as it goes and just like hunks into the rock and nearly
Okay.
bites its wrist off. And then for the sting, he only takes, he gets 12, just straight stab into his rock mouth, and then just like a little of poison for one.
Okay.
Hold on, no, I
Unfortunately, the
mathed
poison
that
won't.
wrong.
Unfortunately, the poison won't do any damage. It is immune to poison.
It's too, well, okay.
Yeah.
I assumed as much.
But yes, everything else will count. So what was it? It was 14. Did you say? For
It
the first
was,
hit, and then
yeah. And then, how much did I say went in his eye? I already put the dice away. It was like 8. Oh, it was 12. 14 and 12. With my scorpions, dude, it hits harder than me.
yep.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's not hard. You have a negative strength.
Your scorpion was kind of designed as the first one to supplement the fact that you were a sorcerer.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
was kind of the idea
it was
of its
literally
creation.
the plan.
Yeah.
And it level.
It's supposed to be your bruiser.
As I level up, it also gets bigger, which is I think fucking cool. By
Yeah.
level 17, it's considered a large creature.
Mm.
Fucking dumb.
That's so
Um,
cool.
Which could be very interesting come certain combat scenarios.
Mm.
All right. Is that it, Moffat?
That's me, but I think
Does
it's
that mean you
visible
can
now.
mount it?
We'll find out around level 17, I suppose.
I say
What
level
else?
17. Fuck.
I think that's what she said.
Yeah.
I think that's what we said. Yeah.
Well, it starts growing. It'll be a medium creature by what's like level 13, 9. That's the ranking.
I think so. Yeah, it's somewhere between them. I'll have to look it up, but I'm not going to do that now.
Pre-made scorpion mount. It's her
all right,
gift.
Nofrit, was there anything else?
I like go step behind Harkison
Okay.
now that
No
I've made it
worries.
visible.
Question for the DM.
Hello.
Is the rumbling still around? Like, or is it
There is,
stopped?
but it is noticeably
How are you,
less.
Captain?
It doesn't take a swing at you as you leave its range, Nofrit.
Oh, the scorpion was in the way. That's interesting.
It's still within 5 feet of you. It's
Does
still.
is it considered visible to Harkison and Grit though?
Because of where they are, yes, they will be able to see it. However, I believe that brings us to Sekit.
So I'm gonna summon another cute little flump.
Yep.
Favorite's gonna hate me. I'm just like summoning the little guys and then
If it was large, now
Oh, we're just testing it.
it'd be that size. That's how much room it would take up as a large creature.
That's cool, eh?
I'm so
Roughly.
excited.
Yep. So let's
So
go.
do I get advantage on this dude?
You get advantage. You don't need to reckless.
Yay!
And any attacks you make are immediately considered crits. Yeah.
15 on the dice, so that one hits.
Was that to hit?
15 on the dice plus 8.
Oh, right, on the dice.
yes.
Gotcha. Yep.
So that means. So that's max dice. So that's 12.
Yep. So max damage. Then you roll the dice. We add your modifier. I think that's just the way crits are going to work best. I think
Yeah, I like it.
you never get
the way.
you never get a disappointing roll that way.
Yeah, it always feels.
Your
a little
hit
off.
is always going to feel meaty.
Yeah.
However, it does apply to me as well when I get a
27.
crit. 27 damage.
Yes.
All right. How do you want to slice this thing up?
Woo!
I just want to because she doesn't realize that he's paralyzed or anything, so she's just gonna, with all her effort, donk him on the head, and he's just going to shiver in space and then collapse into pebbles.
Okay. Literally becomes a wee little rain of pebbles, turning into somebody's opened up a bag of ball bearings and just all over the floor.
Yes.
All right. And there is the clatter as this creature just immediately sort of. Moments later, the faint rumbling that is still in the cavern comes grinding to a halt. Is there anything else you want to do,
also-
Secret?
I'm also going to use my movement. Can I scoop up Frey and move us to where I know there's no there's no cloud, because we parked in there before and
Also retreat to that alcove?
Yeah.
Yep, can do.
because I've got 40 speed, so I
Yep.
should be able even half to get us both there.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll rule that as easy enough for you guys to get there.
So I do a little scoopy scoop under her arms, and we bloop.
Yoink.
Do you have the stat block for your scorpion up, Norfolk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do-
Can
do
you tell me if it's immune to poison?
I specifically asked you this.
Did you? I didn't hear that.
No, I asked if the cloud was considered poison.
Yeah, that's why I
Because-
said. As far as you're aware, it is considered toxic and flammable.
I should have. It's the base form is not immune to poison.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
I unfortunately made copies of our.
Because it's air
I do see
form,
that.
It would be
I'm
immune.
oh yeah. You don't have access to the clone spell yet as a barbarian. That'll be coming in a future patch. Stay tuned. Okay. And is that your turn then, Sekit?
Yes.
Okay. Vander.
What can he see?
Well, there is an unobscured area where the fog has been cleared away. You do see a scorpion sitting there clacking its pincers. Sekit's grabbed Frey and moved away.
Now
You
we have
cannot
two sets of
see
pincers in
outside
the
of the normal sort of roiling of the fog that you've noted ever since coming to this chamber. You don't notice anything that might indicate anything else moving in that chamber at the time from the range of vision you have, which, granted, isn't a whole lot.
Has Vander ever seen the scorpion? Has Vander seen Nofrit do this?
Yes.
You've seen her hawk.
You've seen the
Yeah,
hawk.
I've definitely seen the hawk.
The
feel like you-
scorpion has been called up before.
I'm just trying to remember if Vander was here for that though, or if it was pre-Vander, because you haven't really used the scorpion much.
Because if not, Vander's
No.
going to attack it because that's a poisonous thing that could be attacking his allies' legs.
I'm pretty sure you saw it because it was when we first left the city. I feel like I took it out. You've definitely seen me carving a scorpion idol, similar to the hawk.
Mm-hmm.
I leave that up to you guys, because I can't recall either.
Discernible. Does it have the same runes as you on it?
Yeah, it does. They're just currently not glowing because it's its base form.
Which would also then be rather difficult to discern.
Yeah,
I mean,
in
you
the-
do
in
have
the
a
very
you do have a
dark
lit up
space.
Frey, but she's just been moved away.
Yeah. And there's currently no poison gas in the area.
Not in that area, no.
So can he see, like, even just the
You have
actions on
Passive
it?
perception out the wazoo.
I do.
Roll a d20 for me.
Oh no!
Your
I'm pretty sure,
scorpion's
but
about
maybe
to
I
get
haven't
murked.
because we've been in town a lot.
Yeah, 5.
Was
No.
you in the
Your
bastion?
scorpion's
From
dying.
from your initial little glance,
Yeah, it
Uh,
just looks like something that's potentially a threat, and he's
This is
going to
a-
launch himself at it.
this is a dimly lit area. You do have dark vision.
My baby!
Even if there was some form of rune or sigil on that creature, from where you are in the chaos of combat, you do not notice it.
No.
Rolling a 5 on a d20. Sorry.
He thinks he's helping. He's attacking the scorpion.
Bad vendor! Down, kitty!
Is that a disadvantage or is that a straight roll?
No, you can see it. The fog is not
See,
currently
if I had
obstructing.
awoken it with air, it would have had uncanny dodge and just gone, no.
Uncanny
Mm-mm.
dodge. Okay. That's a 16 to hit.
Let me wait, hold on.
I'll leave
What's
this up
his
to you
AC?
guys. This is basically PvP. I'm out.
It's,
My job's done.
its AC is 15, so it does hit.
So it
Uh-huh.
is.
Oh,
And
no.
that would be sneak attack because it's just me and this little fucker.
No, Pinty.
Don't kill him. I can only awaken one a day.
Hi. 13.
Oh no.
16 points of damage.
It's still standing.
Is it?
With 8 hit points.
Yep.
Just hid off for it being like,
However,
Oh, that's fine. He's got a second dagger.
yeah, that's
Oh,
what I mean.
no.
Yeah.
We love you,
Uh,
Header Tent. It's
I don't
okay.
think that's gonna hit. Yeah, no, that's a 13 to hit.
Nope. That's not beat his AC.
Oh, he was trying to slice the tail off and missed.
He just like holds your blade for a second, like, no, no. We're just like,
oh yeah, Vander's gonna be the one that gets suplexed by the scorpion.
it's stung in the face in a second.
Or slanderous, he has threatened to eat him a lot of times.
Anything with pincers is Evander, wants to kill.
He's
So,
helping.
Vander, is there aught else you would like to do, sir?
He would like to make his way back up to the roof.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Attack of opportunity.
Well, unfortunately, I have fancy footwork, so when I hit a target, it cannot make an attack of opportunity against me for the rest of the turn.
Actually, it's
So
probably
can
like
you,
holding
can you
its
leap
shoulders
high
like
enough
this
to get
at
back to
me.
the roof, or are you gonna move up and again do the wall climb thing to get up there?
It would be the wall climb thing.
Okay, cool. Was that your turn?
That's my turn.
Okay.
It's me,
So at that
King.
point, seeing Vander attacking a scorpion, Harkison and Grit were both holding theirs, their turns, for an enemy that they could see. And Nofrit did happen to clear that area so they can see.
But it attacked the rock. They saw it attack the rock, man.
They couldn't see it initially. But they're also very, very confused about what's going on because
This is
they were
so
not-
typical of the cat.
not aware that it was a scorpion. So Grit is not actually going to do. It's not his turn, but I'm not going to. He had his thing. It's Harkison's turn. Harkison is going to like awkwardly, get the bow underneath from where Grit's kind of sitting on his shoulders and sort of almost half-heartedly pull an arrow back and killing a scorpion in a cave. Okay. So
Why wouldn't a scorpion be in a cave?
that's all right. He doesn't know what he's doing. That's a 13 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
Cool. So he fires the bow that is on loan to him that he's definitely
And
keeping.
the scorpion pinces it, crushes it.
And he does that, and it's kind of like, yeah, no, I'm out of my element. And he immediately starts backing up a little bit.
Bender's like, oh, this is a good hunt. Yeah.
That brings us to Freyalise.
You have seen the scorpion before.
She's not gonna touch it. she's just gonna like
It's okay, Frey, I got this.
she's gonna just like slump. Like she's gonna like drop off of Sekhet, thank Sekhet, and just slump down. She's sitting down. She's not moving until she has to.
All right. So that's your turn, Frey?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that would bring us back to the
So-
other creature.
My thing
Yep,
goes
yep.
pop, pop.
Yep. So where did you put that this time? That was
Oh,
next to
It was next to the that dude.
the one that
Oh,
died.
Go on. Please let it be Sekhet that kills it.
Well, I was about to say that means that
Yeah.
unfortunately, the scorpion has to make a saving throw.
He do.
What kind of
Commander as
saving throw?
You just kind of got to the wall near. Where did you go? The wall near. You made your way towards Nofrit, didn't you, or did you?
Oh, no, he still would have ended up where about.
I would say you are within range then.
Yeah.
If you're there. Yep. So yeah,
Beat
both
the
both did
14.
dexterity.
It's a
Oh, I didn't.
dexterity?
That's a 12.
Ooh.
Dexterity saving.
A dexterity saving throw, and you only got a 12. What? You rolled a 1.
I rolled a 6. I've only got a +6.
Head to Tit got a dirty 20.
Yay!
4
Alright.
points of
Shouldn't be
force
surprised that I
damage.
can roll badly.
I roll
It
better as a
usually
scorpion.
doesn't matter.
So yeah, 4 points of force damage. Okay, mechanics scan for it. Yes, that is correct. We're also
She-
ruling Vander had not seen the scorpion before, whereas the other teammates
He's definitely seen the hawk.
We don't know that
seen
he's
the
seen this one
rat.
specifically
Yeah,
out and active.
The scorpion is the one where it's like it's hazy.
So
Whereas
because there was no moment where that was kind of called out in any way, we are
Yeah.
ruling that as why we're ruling it that way, Gum.
because we're in a moment
question
of
to ask.
intensity.
Yeah, we're adrenaline's high.
Danger is everywhere, including the scorpion at people's feet that needs to die.
Damn straight. So that was what, 4 points of force damage?
Yeah.
You did?
taken.
Yep, okay, cool.
I-
So that took us to the end of that, which meant it was other rock boy. Other than the sounds of you guys scuffling with the scorpion, the chamber is quiet, other than the hisses coming from the fishes. That's right. I deliberately said fishes this time. I said fishes.
Yeah.
Which brings us back to Grit, who is for some reason gonna go. All right, he just clambers down off Harkis and it's. I think we're just about right to move then, are we? As far as he can see, he's not interested in what's going on with the scorpion. That's like, cool, you guys can deal with that. That brings us to the sisters.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Seket's seen the scorpions, so she's standing down and shaking her shoulders to shrug off the rage.
Okay.
Vander, that's my scorpion.
There it is.
Oh. Are you
And
sure?
Head of Ted comes running over and
It's coming for you!
goes under my legs and like kind of snips up at Vander. You did very good. You really hurt the big man. The fuck?
So with that,
Looking up
unless
at the
there's
ceiling.
anything else you guys want to do, we'll rule the combat over.
I want to kill the scorpion.
Well, unless Nofrit or Sekhet are going to do anything with their turn, it is your turn now.
Think you can make gestures at me, little bitch?
Little snip snips. You don't like the snip snips.
I'm not a fan of snip snips.
It will be me one day.
It stays between my legs as I turn around and go, Frey, are you okay? I think you took quite a few hits there.
I think she had to BRB.
Okay, no
for a
worries.
moment.
That's what's my turn is.
As I say, I mean,
So,
yeah.
As Nofret turns away,
No, it's between my legs.
yep, I grab his tail, yank it up.
Don't hurt my baby.
No, I don't. Fine.
All right.
I see you like eyeing it, and I'm like, it's like the hawk. It's like the rat. I could just.
I want to eat both of those.
No. No. We need to. Was that all of them? It sounded like there's more.
There's no sound at the moment.
No, other than the hissing sound.
Second's gonna turn to Grit. Did you know they were down here? Are they some of the things you have been leaving alone?
Well, look, I understood there were other creatures down there, but I didn't exactly go delving if in this direction. So, I knew there were creatures from the elemental planes here. I just didn't realize, they were here.
Are we going the wrong way?
Well, the way to the vein is actually back through that other collapsed chamber. That's where we were going, but that seems to be not really much of an option at the moment. So we're kind of in new territory for me.
And it would take you too long to use your magics to remove that blockage.
I don't know how much has been collapsed. We could be looking at a small blockage that would take me like 10 minutes to clear. It could be an entire tunnel or chamber that's collapsed that could be several hours minimum of work. So most of these tunnels are pretty connected. These are the natural caves underneath. So I'm sure if we keep going and we kind of just keep looping around in that direction, we should be able to find our way. I'm pretty good underground. I can certainly help with the guiding, but whatever else we get until we link back up to the main tunnel, this is all going to be new for me too.
I propose we do keep moving though, because we made a lot of noise, and if there's more of these creatures, they know exactly where to come. So we have to be quiet and we have to keep moving.
They seem to go for Frey a lot, so maybe we keep the light sources down.
Galibdur, that's what they are.
They're what?
Galibdur.
What does that mean?
They're earthen guardians. Usually, you don't usually find them. Yeah, you usually find them unless they've been summoned or brought here for a reason. They're guardians, that's exactly right. They don't tend to find their way to the material plane by themselves very often.
Did your past
I mean,
mayor
if I was given enough time, I could probably summon some myself, but I don't tend to do that. So,
do you know who does?
just about any other stone mage of enough sort of, life experience, sufficient means or power.
How many in the town would you say would have that level?
There's maybe 2 others.
Are they close with Feruz?
I'll be honest, I don't think any of the stone mages are particularly close with that man.
That is reassuring.
How long would it take them to summon these kind of guardians?
Some of them went easy, and you're not guaranteed they're going to show up. It's typically a fairly expensive procedure. You almost have to buy their allegiance, coerce them over with a gift, which is usually something of rare, expensive gems and minerals. But the procedure itself could take upwards of an hour.
That's not too long.
It's not in the grand scheme of things, no.
For a mining town that gets a lot of things sent to them and is quite wealthy, and have had things gone missing from their inventory.
Everybody take a drink.
Yeah, Uriah instructed you.
Posture is straight check. Uriah's, he wants that for the whole group, so.
This is also potentially an indication, right, of someone trying to keep people away from something.
Aye.
But either way, I propose we keep moving. And I re-wet my rag while we're in this kind of not fumey bit and wrap it around me again.
Okay. As you're doing that, Frey, Harkison sort of wanders over to you as you sort of slump against the stone, and he sort of goes down on his knee in front of you, sort of examining the wounds you've taken. It's like, they kind of look like they hurt a bit. They sort of, where the things like punched you in and around the face, it's like, are you alright?
Yeah, more so. I'm okay. I just need a little bit of a breathing time, and I should be fine.
Right. I'm not going to be a lot of help down here, but I do have just a tiny bit of healing magic if you want it.
Ship it.
Would be very nice.
Alright, stay still. This is not something I'm great at. Mainly because his wisdom score isn't exactly high.
Frey's gonna do like a little bit of all you have to do is a swish and a flick, and it should be fine.
Well, I rolled max on his cure wounds.
Yes.
So you get 9 health back.
Oh, nice.
That's one of his 2 spell slots. Gone.
Damn.
Aww.
I'm deliberately not going to get these guys to do much because, the NPC is taking away from what you guys can do. But they're there. They've got limited resources. I will use them.
I loop the rope around my scorpion and explain to the group. Hetetet has very good sight in dark places and will last about, another hour. If he's not too injured.
Glares daggers at the dagger wielder.
We can
Kinda smiles.
have him lead us in the dark instead of Frey with the light.
All right. Yeah, because Grit will also tell you the reason these things could see you is they have tremor sense. They can sense things walking on the ground. So, because they're used to existing in the darkness, Frey wasn't exactly, they weren't hateful towards her, it was just she was the obvious target because it was something completely foreign and unusual. That's why they would have been targeting her.
In any case.
Yeah, but yeah.
Hetetet's here, we'll use him as bait. Except for Vander. Vander's not allowed to use him as bait.
Okay.
Wait, so why are you allowed to kill him and I'm not?
Because it's my baby.
That's
Came
not
out
how
very
it works.
strange.
That's not how you look after babies.
I have some pretty serious concerns.
Where's my baby to squeeze?
Oh god.
Okay, so you're going to get your scorpion to lead the way.
So we know the direction they rolled up in on us, like
They came from multiple
this
directions.
We know this one.
Yeah. So the reason that other one slowed down, I may as well tell you guys anyway. Galeb Dur, there was only one.
Oh.
The other 2, once a day, a Galeb Dur can animate 2 boulders to basically replicate exactly its stats, and it can do everything that Galeb Dur can except for the animate more boulders. So that one that got paralyzed was it turning back into a boulder.
Oh.
Yeah. It still would have been attacking you. It was just, for all intents and purposes, in that moment, it was paralyzed as it was starting to revert back to its real form. It still would have been an enemy. The other one is now back to being literally a boulder in the middle of the cavern.
That's
Yes,
so
Gum.
funny.
They were literally fighting boulders. That's correct.
Wow, Gummy called it.
Yep.
That's just so funny.
So yeah, there was actually only one Galeb Dur in there.
Which is the one I proned in the first place?
Which was the first one. That was the one you guys
Nice.
almost took out in that first set of attacks.
I'm so glad Nofrit went before second to get that prone because
I know,
Yeah.
because it was like,
But-
I was like, I know you want to run in.
But that's the
But
other
if
thing
you
is I
let
like
me-
I like you guys coming up with things like that and being able to work together to do that sort of thing. So
Yeah.
they say, oh, don't table talk, but it's like as long as it's limited and you guys are doing a plan in the middle of battle,
I mean,
fucking go for it.
that was paper, scissors,
That was
rock
awesome, though. I
table.
love that. All right, so you get the scorpion to start leading you out. Are you? Well, yeah. Are you going straight back out into the fog, or what are you doing?
Yeah, we
You are
moved him.
aware. You are aware from, especially because Vander was up on the ceiling, that aside from where you were, I'm actually going to close this so I can actually look back at the map. just south of where you are, there is another what appears to be a tunnel leading out. The chamber continues quite a wee way beyond where you entered, and there do appear to be multiple exits. But the closest one to where you are is directly like hanging almost a left U-turn around the corner of where you are, where that first
Which
dead
we went around that corner and
is.
then immediately got smacked.
So
in the
where
face
this
with a
guy
boulder.
is we're heading. So is that where you're going, or are you figuring something else out?
I think we should go that way. If they are guardians and they came from this way, then
Okay.
No, I don't want to go towards the thing that smashed us in the face, but sure.
we smashed it right back. I don't see the problem.
So
okay,
what I'm
I
going to do,
push Sickit to follow the scorpion.
Yep. I am going to get you all to make a dexterity check at advantage.
At advantage.
Yep.
Ooh, 'cause we're
You
following
guys
the
have seen
scorpion.
enough of the layout of the
Good
chamber
then.
now, and you have a smaller scorpion that's low to the ground that can see that's probably guiding you a little better.
19.
19. Yep.
Does the scorpion
22.
Nice.
Not Fred.
Is he
does the
still
scorpion
got
have to roll, or
The
is it
extra AC on
fine
me,
for
or
me?
is that it?
For now, yes, you still
Oh,
have
he's-
the almost rocky exterior going
Is
on.
it at
He
advantage,
hasn't
right?
dropped it.
So it's
Oh, thank God.
so there's no disadvantage, right?
No, it's at advantage. It's dexterity check at
22.
advantage. 22, nice.
I give up.
Not allowed to give up.
Quit.
I quit.
Fred just lies down. No, Fred just lies down and dies.
I do. I got 8.
8?
Oh.
Okay.
I ate shit on the
you
floor.
you almost end up
You-
rolling your foot into one of the little gaps
Oh.
out of which the gas
One
is
of the
coming.
fishes. Oh
However,
no.
however, you only
fish.
needed to roll over a 5.
Oh, thank God. I rolled
You got
a
advantage,
5
and the
a
DC was
3.
basically 5. Otherwise, you would have hobbled yourself. That's why it was a low DC because that would have been nasty. But no, your foot almost sort of starts sliding down into one of the little gaps before you, whether you manage to sort of right yourself by holding on to somebody, or just very quickly sort of, nope, nothing happened, and proceeding as you were. So you do find this gap where the ground begins to ascend out of the amber fog and back into another tunnel. Again, not particularly well lit. So if you need if Sek gets up the front, you will need a light source.
I got dark vision cast on me
Mhm.
last time.
You did too. That is good to remember.
Wait, Harkison still can't see, right? Can he as a werewolf?
No, he can see. Yep.
Does
Whether it's because he's a werewolf or
Frey's
not, he can see.
Moonblade go away? How quickly does that leave?
Does your radiant blade have a duration?
No, it just stays.
You can
for
just
as
have it.
long-
Oh, so it's
Yeah, as
we
long
have
as
a
I
we have a
choose.
still glowing Frey in a way. And then there's
Yeah.
a very, very soft light coming from Frey.
Yeah,
not
but
Frey
she's
as well.
got got dark vision now as well. So
She's
that's fine.
annoyed.
So we can ignore that aspect of it now.
Okay, cool.
Unless we get to something that says otherwise. All right. So you emerge out into this little tunnel that's heading up, and you sort of follow along that just for a short time before it starts to take a bend around to the right. And your various light sources and not elven eyes see another chamber opening out in front of you. This one does have various little lines in the rock where it's almost like layers of a lasagna.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
And you can sort of see almost like this white powdery substance that's along the walls, and then there's kind of like this thick brown coppery red that runs alongside it and sometimes interweaves with the white before it goes back to the grey, and it does seem just kind of layered throughout. The central part of the chamber is very loose rock. Again, navigating through might be a little awkward, but at least there's nothing obscuring your vision other than the darkness this time. From this chamber, you can see that there are 3 exits. There's one out to the left, one out to the right, and one's over the other side of the cavern.
So we're out of the gas.
You are out of the amber fog.
Excellent. As everybody goes around that corner.
No! Can't
Okay.
Got her.
Ben strikes a torch and throws it back in.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
I hate you.
So
This is
hearing
great
hearing
shitting.
hearing the
That was-
sound of the
oh,
flint strike
man.
and the torch start to light up, Grit does immediately sort of turn around at the sound of it, and there's almost like that slow motion moment of you hiffing the torch towards the amber fog, and he's like, "No!" The torch hits the fog, and that entire room lights up and becomes an instant inferno.
We have light.
And the cave system you're in begins to shake.
Oh god.
And it's
As the
filling
flames
with smoke,
reach
right?
down into the fissures and the vents
Fish!
that is spawning that gas into the room and reaches further into the bowels of the earth.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna die.
And the caves continue to shake.
We start running.
That is a good idea.
Oh my god.
If we wanted to take a break, this is the perfect moment.
This, if you guys want to take a break, now might be the time to do it because of that. Oh dear.
Bye, Piff.
Bye, Piffle Cake.
We'll have a break.
we got you, Gum. We got you.
Oh, man. Did he pay you to do that?
Hey. No, he paid
Yeah.
you.
He paid
paid you.
you to do that.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
He did a sub.
the sub, gift sub. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, man.
So yeah, let's take a quick break and jump back into this to see what happens now. Oh dear. Oh no.
We're gonna finna die.
We
I
got
need,
this.
I need to go nervous pace. I'll be back.
I'll be
Alright.
right back.
We have some jazz elevator music, and we will be right back, everyone.
Yeah, by
See you back.
7 as well, don't you, Vander?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So that gives us about 40 minutes. All right.
To run
Hello,
away.
guys. We're back. Welcome. Just to address that real quick, Gum, what you said, I did say to these guys. I was kind of hoping somebody would set fire to it inadvertently.
This
but
was
that
very
would have been-
vertently.
This was not the way in which I envisioned this would happen, and I was kind of both hoping it would and hoping it wouldn't, because now we get a whole new set of challenges to deal with.
Max, I'm thankful for you. Happy Turkey Day.
All right,
That's
so as the heat from this explosion begins to wash over you, how far away were you from that, Vander?
Oh, does
About where
it?
you're standing?
How big's the blast?
Yeah, he would have been. Yeah, he would have been right where he is now.
Okay, I'm going to give you a dexterity saving throw with advantage as the flames begin roiling out from that chamber.
As he turns around and says, "We should run."
Oh yeah, Grit's going to be yelling that. All stealth is now out the window, by the way.
25.
25. Okay, and because of the way that is, you managed to basically get away from the blast and not take any damage from this. However, you must all now run. So, going with the way it is on the map right now, we have Seket and the Scorpion. Where are you going? What are you doing? In this moment where you've heard the boom,
Can we
you feel
see?
just what I described in the chamber before. You've got 3 exits, one to the left, one to the right, one straight ahead over the other side of the cavern.
We're just gonna run straight to the other end.
Straight through? Okay.
Yeah.
So move yourself here. We'll treat it kind of like a combat round. So move your whatever your movement is.
Did you clone yourself again?
She did. That's fine. We'll delete that. What's the Scorpion's movement speed?
25. Sorry. My
25?
brain just completely collapsed.
And if it's
Sorry.
dashing, so we can say 50 if you want to do that.
Oh no!
And yeah, so following Seket and just going straight to the other side?
Yep.
Okay. So we can just move that.
It knows Seket. It's gonna follow.
My camera
So-
died again.
Is it dashing?
Oh, you look dashing though.
Is it?
It is
Not as
dashing.
dashing as you are.
Stop it.
Meow. Okay, so it makes it into the tunnel on the far side. We'll go with Grit.
Yeah, it's
he's
gonna
next
scout
here.
ahead, and it's gonna go if this is the good way to go.
30, 40, because he's also sprinting, so he gets to about there. Oh, actually, no, he gets to about there. Right, as you're running through this chamber, though, I'll do it for Grit, and I'll need the one for the Scorpion and Seket. I need you both to make dexterity saving throws.
Sorry, that was me to
Sweet.
make a dexterity saving throw.
Yes.
Advantage or?
Yeah, you've got dark vision, so technically it's something you can see. So yes, because you're barbarian stuff.
12.
12, okay. And the Scorpion must roll one as well. For whenever
Echo.
Bex is there.
Sorry, there's so many things happening in my brain.
That's okay.
What were you? What?
Dexterity saving throw for your Scorpion, please.
Oh, I love that for them. Not an advantage anymore.
No.
It gets a total of 10.
10?
Yep.
Okay. So your Scorpion doesn't make it 50 feet.
It gets.
We're going to put it back about halfway.
Ooh,
Before, unfortunately,
please.
part of the floor of this chamber is beginning to also start to crack.
Oh,
It seems as though part of this cave network is somewhat combined. Now, whilst it doesn't fall, it is enough to temporarily effectively put it on the prone position, which stops all movement.
this is the wrong music.
As it begins to crack and begin to fall. It won't fall into a lower chamber, but it does stop its movement. Nofrit,
Okay.
you're up.
I'm gonna say you really had to play with. Why did we let ourselves be named the Chaos Crew? And she's like saying that she's pulling out a jar of grasshopper legs. She's crushing one and casting jump on herself and just starts launching boof, boof across the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just landing. You're not running. You're just landing and jumping.
Yeah, the
So
idea
they're
is that
standing
I'm just
jumps?
Like, kaboof. No. I'm gonna be like running and then just like.
Okay, I'll get a
just
dexterity
launching
saving throw
myself.
from you then, please.
I'm doing cool ninja kicks, you know.
Yep. And you're following. You guys straight across.
I dashed, so I had 80 movement rather.
Oh, so you'll be even
so I
further.
just
Yeah.
moved, yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're in the tunnel on the other side.
I hate 5. I hate. Got 5.
5. Unfortunately, on one of your landings, the parts of the floor that are beginning to crack, you do unfortunately stumble and go down prone as the floor begins to shake under your feet. So you make it. That would have been your action to cast, so you wouldn't have been able to dash anyway. So your movement is 30. So you get to about there.
Is jump not a bonus action spell?
Is it a bonus action?
I thought a lot of
It's
movement.
an action.
That is an action, yeah. There's a couple of them are bonus actions, like Expeditious Retreat is a bonus and whatnot.
And like feather falling. I was just like,
yeah,
the movement ones are kind of bonus actiony.
Yeah. All right, so Harkison is also going to just.
But it's not concentration, so I can cast jump on everyone.
No. He did roll absolutely fine. And he's got a bit more movement speed, so he managed to get around Grit to about there. All right, Frey, Vander, the two of you are next.
Frey, go first.
Frey's gonna run to Northford to try and help her.
Okay. So you going to spend your action helping Northford?
Yep.
Okay. So you move up to her and you help her so she is no longer prone, which means she doesn't spend half her movement next turn getting up. Is what we'll rule that as. But that means you stop there.
Yep.
Okay,
that's
Frey?
fine.
Right, unless you got a bonus action you want to use.
No.
Nope. Okay. Vander?
So I'm going to use my feline agility to give me 180 feet of movement.
Yep.
And he's going to sprint through the cavern.
All right. So it'll be a dexterity saving throw.
Yep. Natural 20.
No worries. You are a cat. You are fleet of foot. You are nimble. You are grace itself.
I rolled 2.
Yeah.
And he is going to grab Nofret and Frey and drag them forward.
In the bag, you naughty.
He knows
Interesting.
he probably can't do like as far as he would like, but
So leaves you 160. Be halved 80. You probably, because
you
that
can
is
half it again because I'm
2,
dragging 2.
which is what I'm going to do. So that still
So
gives you
it's
about 40.
40.
So you can get to just behind where Sekhet is.
Yeah.
As
with
he's
them.
carrying me, can I grab my scorpion?
No, Vander accidentally steps on it.
No. You can make like an acrobatics check, or you can make an athletics or an acrobatics check to see if you can successfully nab your scorpion up from the ground, because it is also prone and you're being lifted and carried.
Yep, I'm gonna do it.
Yep.
With this dice, we're changing dice. Don't fuck this up for me. I need it. 21.
21.
Ooh.
You do manage
Good
to
dice.
both save the scorpion, but possibly insult its dignity a little bit by grabbing and squeezing its tail
Oh.
to lift it. And initially, it kind of gets this little drag, bump, bump, bump as it's being dragged along the
Because I'm
ground
not very strong, but I'm
by
grabbing
its
it.
tail. Before you do sort of manage to lift it up high enough, where I'm going to roll a d6 because this is funny to me.
It's like the size of a small
And
cat.
probably not funny to anybody else, but I don't care because it's funny to me.
This is hilarious to me.
Frey, you feel a sudden pinch as it hits the ground and bumps up at one point. You come within range of its pincers, where it actually manages to latch onto you and hold on for dear life. So Nofred is currently holding its tail, and it's holding on to you, and it's kind of like this weird little almost tassel rope between the two of you. It's being swung.
Frey's right fist goes into a ball, and she's just like. Mm.
So because it wasn't trying to hurt you, you do take a point of damage. But yeah,
Oh
it's
my god.
but you
She's just
successfully
gonna
managed
be-
to traverse the chamber.
Frey's gonna be yelling at Nofred, being like, "Tell your son to stop!
Have to stop.
Tell your son to stop, please!"
Oh my god.
All right, so you all make it over there. The rumbling continues,
Oh god.
and you
Of
do
course it does.
see an orange glow beginning to emerge from the tunnel you just came through. You managed to get quite a wee distance, so you are currently safe. You do not know how long that will last for. The rumbling is continuing, but for where you are right now, you are temporarily safe if you want to come up with a plan of action or do something else.
A true speed
It
run.
may not last. Basically, what that means is I, personally, outside of game, am timing you to decide what you want to do right now.
Okay.
Okay?
I
Let's
think
keep
we
going.
just need to go deeper.
Head,
Yeah.
go to sleep, and I tell her to go to sleep early, and the
Okay.
idol goes inert, falls into my hand, and I put it in my bag.
Okay. All right. Well, somebody wants to take the lead. They can.
I
I
mean,
feel like people are going to
Yeah.
put Vander at the front to make sure they can keep an eye on him now.
Who
rude.
do you mean,
Yeah.
people?
No.
I mean, he can take up rear guard again.
Mm.
Uh,
The worst that can happen.
I'm just gonna stop running, and I'm just gonna be like, second, maybe hang back in case people need to be picked up, okay? Not
Okay.
like because of a prior incident or anything.
Okay. All right. So, Vander, you're moving ahead.
Yep.
Yep. All right. So you come out to a slightly larger chamber. This one does have a little bit of light in it. It's a very strange, almost green kind of a teal color that sort of permeates the chamber. It's not enough to really give a whole lot of light, but it is enough to very vaguely be able to make out things at a distance. The chamber sort of stretches away out to the right. And you do see these crags and almost kind of ravines in the ground. This is more treacherous ground. You do see where the roof isn't exactly caved in, but you see the stalactites coming on down. And even on those, they've kind of got this almost like this moss or this fungi that's kind of on it and then dripping down. And that's what's giving off this blue teal color. It's almost like as the water runs past these stalactites, it's running through the moss, it's taking its color and then dropping into these tiny little puddles on the ground that are then kind of rolling down into these broken cracks and ravines in the ground. You cannot see much in the way of an exit from where you are right now. You would have to progress a little further into the cavern. The rumbling, once again, does kind of pick up, and you guys do note that there is a slight increase in the warmth of the area behind you. Next
Okay.
part of the timer has started.
What do your cat eyes
Yeah, let's
see?
keep running.
Yeah, Vander takes a look around. Going with everything we've been doing so far, he's going to go left.
Okay. So you head on left, and you sort of do have to make your way around some of these stalagmites as well that are sort of reaching up. And it is kind of obscuring your view, trying to get around these crags in the ground, the stalactites. So it's a very, even though it looks like an open space, it's all very tightly and densely packed. I need you to make like we'll say an acrobatics check to sort of squeeze through some of these areas.
17.
17? No worries at all. You manage to sort of get around one of these stalagmites, and you sort of catch a corner of the cavern there, where as it curves around to the left, unfortunately it does appear to end where there's just too much of this rock that's kind of intersected itself to close off the cavern in that direction.
As we're running, I pull up next to Grit.
Yep.
How did it for you to make like a stone wall or something?
Stone wall, straight away, I can do it, but it's going to take a bit of it. It's going to take most of my energy to do. I'll have nothing left to give at this point.
Okay, we keep looking, but maybe we have to build a little fortress for a while.
It's an option.
Okay, we keep running.
Vander calls back. That way's blocked. Turning the other way.
Okay. So you're heading opposite of where the tunnel entrance was?
Yeah, down that way.
Okay. So as you start squeezing through the crags, as I say,
Nice.
it's very hard to traverse this area with any real sense of balance. It's pretty good for you because, I mean, you are a cat. But I do need you to make another
Pinging off
dex.
the stalagmites.
Yeah, I do need you to. Oh, you are? Okay. I need you to make another acrobatics check. Sure.
I'm copying him with my jump spell.
Okay.
Very high.
Very high.
24.
24, easily enough. You do sort of manage to bounce and almost pinball between the stalactites and stalagmites, making your way around, avoiding sort of this craggy ground, little pools of shining teal water. And as you progress a little bit further, you do kind of note that the direction you're heading, behind this stalactite that's dropping down and the way the wall curves around, it just opens out into blackness beyond. So was anybody else following Vander?
Nofra it was.
I'm ranking
Yeah.
up the rear.
Okay, so Nofrit, you're making your way across as well to sort of follow where Vander is?
Yeah, I just remembered we're level
Okay.
6, eh?
You are. Then I need you to make anybody that's following right now. I need you to make a dexterity, an acrobatics check, please.
I'm gonna say, as I'm about to leap across this room, I'm like, I really need your help right now. I'm
You
gonna
still have jump?
I'm gonna channel my rune. I have jump,
I believe so.
but I channel my runes, and bonus action, give myself advantage with dexterity ability checks until the start of my next turn.
Okay,
so
so you get advantage on this acrobatics check.
yeah. So my legs, kaboof, with the rock, and I get advantage.
Yep.
I rolled a natural 1
At least you've got advantage.
and a 10.
10, flat 10?
Yeah.
Okay. So you are bouncing off. What?
She's swearing at dice.
Oh, okay, right.
Nice.
You're sort of kind of somewhat emulating or attempting to emulate Vander and his lithe movements. And even with the jump spell and your sort of increased acuity of movement yourself with your runic awakening, you're sort of bouncing off these crags and trying to avoid the sharp bends and things of the floor that basically would be difficult terrain. But because you're doing it the way you are, that's why I'm doing an acrobatics check. It's more fun that way. As you sort of go, though, unfortunately, at one point with the strength you've gotten from your jump spell, you do manage to sort of hit one of the stalagmites, and you immediately go to sort of flex your legs to bounce off of it to continue your jumping. You make it to the next little bit, and then you jump a little further, and you start feeling a burning sensation in your foot.
Okay. How much damage? Doctor.
You take 1 point of acid damage, because apparently this is me rolling damage at the moment.
You touch the water.
It's acid!
Anybody noticing will
Spicy
see that
water.
she has a little bit of a teal glow coming from one of her boots.
Great.
I announce
Oh,
it's
yeah,
acid.
Water spicy. Gotcha.
Okay, anybody else?
I rolled a 7.
A 7. Unfortunately, as you begin brushing up against the stalactites and stalagmites, you do get a little bit of this fungus and this water that sort of scrapes across your skin a little bit. You take 5 points of acid damage, navigating your way through. Frey, are you following through?
No.
You're going to stay put at the entrance to the cave?
Yep.
Okay. Grit is going to start pushing through, but he also failed his check, so he's going to take 2 points of acid damage. And Harkison is actually relatively lithe, but I rolled poorly. Oh shit! He takes 6 points of acid damage.
Oh, buddy,
Oh, that's not good for him.
can we not kill our slave?
That's not good for him.
He's not a slave. Oh, God.
Like you actually almost hear kind of like that little bit of a yowl from him, and you sort of see that a whole portion of his upper arm has been coated in this teal shining moss. All right, so we'll go back to Vander. We'll put you around there. I'll throw you a little bit further ahead, Vander. So you've seen this little gap ahead that just seems to open out into blackness. What do you want to do?
Blackness.
You gonna look?
Yeah.
Okay. You come up to the edge and you just see where it's almost like the cavern itself has been sheared off, and it just drops away. And you can almost hear the wind of just this expanse out in that direction. You cannot seem to go any further that direction right now, unless yeah.
He's gonna turn around, head back, and say, "There's just a cliff there. What do you guys see? What is the other way?"
Okay, so who wants to have been heading out the other direction, or unless you're turning back?
And as he gets to the middle,
Yep.
he's gonna hand Harkison a healing potion.
Oh wow. Okay.
2d4 plus 2.
Awesome.
He's in pain.
He is. I don't know if you guys actually know how weak and low level he is.
Nope.
No, this is not a
Oh,
place.
boy.
This is not a place he should be.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Wow. Okay, that's 8 healing back, which is he's back to full. Holy shit. Gonna need that. Oh.
Suddenly feel really bad about dragging him down.
You guys gave him a choice, and then sort of said, "What would you rather do?" And then painted him staying behind as the worst of the options. So that's all right. He's here. He had a
Make us
choice.
sound like the bad guys.
No, I'm not. But you know, he had a choice, and he did decide to come with you. All right.
Poor guy better level up after this.
The rumbling does continue. It doesn't seem to be growing in strength or fading in strength. But it has continued. I need you all to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
That was a whole turn I've used up air.
14.
14. Okay.
13.
Actually, can I use an
14.
action to
15.
bolster myself?
Sure. What does that entail?
So I can harness my wild magic to bolster myself or a companion. I'm choosing myself. For 10 minutes, I can roll a d4, basically giving myself guidance, making
That's
an
right.
attack roll or an ability check.
Yep. Yep. You can do. That's part of your kit. So yes, hell yeah. Yay, do things.
Oh, okay. That's not 1 on the d4, so 14.
14. Okay. And did we get one from? We got one from Norfolk, didn't we?
14.
That's right. And Frey.
Hey,
15.
Aeon Craft! Oh my
15.
god, you changed your name.
Okay. So as the chamber does sort of shake and rumble a little bit, despite the dangerous environment you're in, you all do kind of manage to now avoid what you understand is very burny, bad teal stuff.
The spicy water.
You would have been knocked into it otherwise as the chamber continues to shake. All right. So who was taking the lead for this next part?
I'm just bringing up the rear.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
Frey's actually not moved into the chamber, so she's up the rear at the moment.
So Vander ran into the middle of us.
He's run to the middle to give Harkison a healing potion.
Okay.
You
Which
can
Hux is
continue to
now-
be in the lead. Go
Okay.
forward.
All right, so you can pushing further into the complex.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you move into this new one, we're doing a new set. Another acrobatics check for me, please.
Uh, 24.
Easy. No worries. You're still bouncing back and forth between these and making your way, avoiding all of this hazardous substance. You do note the further you get, the less the rumbling seems to be affecting you down here.
Mhm.
All right. Anybody else following off? Basically, everybody who's following needs to make an acrobatics check.
I'm gonna call out to Frey. Frey, do you need help or are you okay?
Ray's just gonna say that she was
Hi,
waiting for
sis.
everyone to go in first before
Okay.
she entered.
All right. So everybody else has.
Okay. I'm going to run
Right.
Dirty 20 acrobatics following.
Nice.
Can I see any loose? I don't know if that's gonna make a difference. I was gonna say loose boulders around. That I could pick up with catapult.
There's lots of loose bits of rock. The problem would be getting like a clear shot of some kind at something. Just because the way the cavern is sort of has these, like, it looks quite large on the map, but it's almost smaller than a tunnel trying to navigate your way around the crags coming up out of the ground and the stalactites and stalagmites. It's quite a wee sort of arduous kind of thing trying to squeeze through this relatively large chamber, especially now that you understand that this teal substance
Is
burns.
acid. Okay.
Yep.
That's fine. I just moved. Do I have to make an acrobatics?
Yeah, we're doing a new round of things, so we'll do one more acrobatics check for everybody. We've had Vanda, we've had Setkit, Arkeson, and Grit.
5.
You rolled a 5?
Yes.
Okay.
You really can't be trusted with dice.
You do take 4
need
points
to
of acid damage as
clean
more of this
them.
teal substance does get caught on your arm as you sort of brush up against one of the stalagmites.
Okay. How much damage?
4 points of acid. And Harkison nimbly manages to get his way through. Grit just behind Frey. You are now following?
Mhm.
Grab a acrobatics check from you, please.
13.
13? Cool, no worries. You, despite your heavyish kind of armor, you do manage to, solidly avoid what you now, having watched what it's doing to your companions, this substance. So no damage from that. So, Vanda, as you progress, you do see that the chamber does sort of start to get less dense, less packed. The teal glow begins to increase to the point where the chamber is actually considered dimly lit now. And as the stalactites and stalagmites kind of begin to get less packed, you do see on the far side there is almost this massive pool that's dripped down from these stalactites overhead of this, almost like this water that's been coloured into the teal as opposed to this moss that's been clinging to everything. It covers almost the entire end of that chamber, but by the light that it gives off, you do see that just towards sort of the right-hand side of where you're traveling now, there is another tunnel that looks like it leads back, very similar direction to the earlier chambers you were in. The rumbling does seem to have faded away now.
I was about to ask about that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was I had my timer and it's just clicked over the last part of the timer now.
Okay. That's way too much acid.
It is a decent amount of acid, Ziz. You are right.
Let's head up north. Out of here.
Okay. So,
Come on, I found the way out.
This tunnel that you end up in, as you sort of all regroup, you do note as well, as you all do kind of regroup, the teal coloration that, like, any of the moss that have rubbed on you. It does very rapidly lose its glow, but you do see that Grit managed to actually accumulate a fair bit of this on his upper body, and basically just didn't make a word about it. He's powering through, but he failed pretty much every check on that.
Oh,
So he actually took quite a bit of acid damage overall. But this tunnel you're in, we're not going to worry too much about the rest of that map for now, Nofrit.
Okay.
Because as this tunnel curves away, it begins to descend a little bit, and it grows a little narrower to the point where you are, if you weren't before, you now are single file. And it winds down and begins to sort of almost, not quite, but spiral back in on itself. And the twists and turns start becoming rather severe to the point where you're sort of almost beginning to sidle along one direction and then having to change to go down another one in this very packed, tight environment. It's less like a tunnel and more like you actually are inside a little fissure. And you get to this point where you almost understand that you are going down. You're descending further under where you were previously. You can almost feel your elevation change, if you will. And
our ears start to pop.
yeah, or the reverse pop, whatever that is. Implode? No, let's not do that. And it eventually sort of does come back and narrow back out, widen back out, and almost become kind of a lot straighter than the natural tunnel, like the natural tunnels would be. It almost seems to stretch out in the distance ahead of you, and begins to rise into an ascent again. And ahead of you, you do see, again, much like the teal chamber you left behind, there is a red glow ahead. At that point, Grit does kind of slow down a little bit. He goes, but I think that's it. We must be coming up on one of the entrances where it goes out into where we found the main seam.
Okay.
Progressing quietly ahead.
Yes,
Yeah,
quietly.
We will get a group stealth check, please. Yeah, Piffle, we love that pick. It's so good.
Do I have disadvantage still?
Chain shirt you're wearing, I believe,
Mhm.
confers disadvantage, yes.
Alrighty. Oh boy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
9.
I will accept a 15. That is good for me.
Okay.
19.
Grit got a 10, Harkison got a 24.
Is an 11 okay?
Yes, as a group check, that's a pass.
Oh, ticket.
Yep, I think you only had one fail, technically. So, you immediately kind of slow your progress. You sort of come together a little bit, as this almost browny red kind of glow ahead of you brightens the closer you get to it. And you get to a point where you open it out into what looks like a chamber that had started to be mined. Like, this is obviously the main seam that they'd found for the mineral that becomes forged into the red steel. You can see this thick line of this red mineral that winds its way along this chamber wall. The chamber itself is quite large, but you can sort of see where there's all sorts of other little chambers that all kind of link out to it at various different heights. Little tunnels that lead in, and you can sort of see the red glow coming out of there. This is very evidently a major seam. This is why they really wanted to see if they could make this area stable and safe to be able to mine. It is quite a large deposit. You also see in places where parts of the mineral have almost thrust out from the wall, and they're forming almost like these club-like protrusions, but there's sharp points and angles on all of them. So any point being close to the wall and close to this mineral presents a bit of a hazard. And it is, in its own way, both ominous because of the color, but oddly beautiful to look at. It's this far underground, but it's a natural coloration. This becomes, an incredibly valuable resource for the Summer Realms. Grit sort of steps out ahead and sort of takes a look, and he wanders off just a little bit ahead of you, never getting too far ahead, as he sort of just begins looking up and looking down around, trying to get his bearings for where you might be in relation to where the dig had started. And it isn't too long before he sort of comes back to you all, and it's kind of like, we're not too far away. We are going to have to climb a little bit. So if anybody's any good at it, and he immediately looks at Vander after having seen your antics on the roof, and we can get some ropes and spikes or something, those spikes we provided. We can make some footholds. We can climb up. And and he points to one of the wee sort of outcroppings. If we follow that, we might be able to get to where the other miners were trapped. All right? We're in where a creature was attacking us. Ultra careful. More careful than before, please. We don't want to end up as the beastie's food. So.
Okay.
How do you want to go about that?
We need to finish now.
I know, yeah, we're gonna get that.
Oh.
I just want to see if we can get to that point. We'd like it only take a couple minutes.
Yeah.
So do you want to set up the rope and the spikes?
Yes. That
All right,
plan
cool.
sounds...
All right. So that gets set up. Everybody can ascend. I will get everybody just to make an athletics check for me, because it's not a short ascent.
I will.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Athletics? Oh, athletics?
Athletics, yeah.
Okay. I got a 1.
Yep.
I don't have bonus to that one. That's just a
Wow.
1.
That's wild. I'm going to do
28.
Ooh,
Yeah,
there it is.
let's go.
my throat glyph glows and like spreads out across my shoulders, and almost like this after image of rock makes me look broader in frame for a second. I will increase my strength and give myself advantage on this.
Okay. I rolled for Grit Harks and they're both fine.
16.
16?
Which is
Cool.
good for me.
Did anybody get under a 10 except for Vander?
No.
Okay. Vander, you two take a point of piercing damage as these little mineral protrusions unfortunately do kind of dig into you as you are ascending your little makeshift ladder. But you do get into this tunnel. It is another narrow one, and Grit takes the lead, feeling more certain about where he's going. And it isn't too long before it opens back out into, you're on a higher level, sort of overlooking that same open chamber with that seam running through. And it immediately joins up with that longer tunnel on a higher level, and he jags out to the right. And after about 2 minutes of a straight shot, you come to a collapsed section of the tunnel, where he stops, he puts his hands on his hips, and he goes, "Right, well, this is where we saw Gobber fall. This is where the creature attacked, and this is where we ran from. So now we're going to have to clear some space if we really want to see what happened there. Hope you're all up for this."
Ready.
And because of time, we are going to have you guys deal with that cave-in and the progress to whatever lies beyond that, whatever revelation about the fate of the miners and the former mayor. Next time. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
So, almost there. We almost made it there. A couple of twists and turns.
TPK, no, actually, surprisingly
Not quite, no.
lived. Even though Vander did try.
I didn't try very hard.
There was certainly an attempt made.
A little attempt.
A little attempt.
You guys are just being
Um,
melodramatic. Calm down.
That's right.
Better to be
Oh
trying.
wow, was that how much you
Oh,
had left?
7.
Yep.
I was looking at the damage those things were doing, and it's like, surely you are taking some
Woo!
hits, Frey.
Yep.
Oh,
Woo,
She
boy.
has 50 HP.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, we will pick up next time with you guys trying to navigate through that cave-in to discover what lies beyond, and hopefully the secrets behind Marat and the beastie that lives below.
Wait, no, I think it was less.
You were still standing, so that's the main
Yeah.
thing.
Didn't die.
So next weekend, possibly.
I will probably
I-
have to get back to you because, like, usually Ben's like, "Oh, I want to do this," but I think he's going out next weekend.
I'm willing to try and make any day work to try and get this finished up before our deadline.
I can do
Mhm.
the Sunday.
I can do it. I should be able to do
The
Sunday.
Friday
I
and the
should be able
Saturday.
to do
help.
Sunday.
Okay.
I just
Yeah,
messaged
Friday
Ben
and Saturday
and
I'm busy, but Sunday should be okay.
I just messaged Ben. He just gave me a thumbs up.
Cool. So we'll set for next Sunday, all right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. We are so very close.
Look at us going
So
full
very
circle
close.
from like
Mm.
not being able to play much to being like, no, we're so determined right now.
Yep.
This will happen.
I'm gonna set us up with a
Beautiful.
raid to War Jeepers, who's playing some retro games. It's not quite D&D, but we love
Good
War
job
Jeepers.
today, guys.
Oh, thanks, boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, good work, Vander. I think I rolled 3 natural ones or something. Luckily, it was went often when I had advantage. So,
I rolled one.
Yeah? You actually got a 1 on something.
I went through too many
There's a
dice.
couple
I-
of things Bander's not good at. He just plays into his strength a lot.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is the idea.
I wrote a
Which
whole
is
page
nice.
of notes.
I was so excited to actually beat him at something with athletics.
Oh,
I
no.
got
28 or
7 in
29.
that.
Yes.
Beck,
Huh?
is that a Stardew Valley jacket? Like,
Oh yeah,
hoodie?
it's Pelican Town.
I love that. I saw the little Junimar. I was like, wait a minute.
It's very cool. It's
So
from
cute.
the place I work at Armageddon.
Wow.
We
But
should
I'm
play
gonna have to head off.
stuff.
Same.
Yeah,
but that was amazing,
true.
guys.
Good game,
Um,
guys. Well done. so
Thank you,
close.
everyone, and thank you, Stream, for being
So
here
close.
and enjoying it.
Be prepared for next time.
Mhm.
And egging Vander on.
We didn't get there this time. Be prepared for next time.
I still
Ooh,
have spell
ooh,
slots.
Vanderon.
I still have
I
spell
have
slots.
2 channel divinities, I think.
You'll be fine.
Well, we're
You'll be
ready.
fine.
Bye.
Totally fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's
Bye.